Hello and welcome to another edition of Another Book Review. This week I'm reviewing Debunked by Casey Lytle. Talk very briefly about the author, go into an overview of what the book's about, talk about what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it, who I'd recommend the book to, and finish off with what I'll be reading for next time. Casey Lytle is most famous for being a TikToker and an influencer. He does TikToks mostly on psychologically related events. He also does a little bit of, I'd call, true crime updates and reporting. He is also a professor in I believe, the Northwest. This book is his look at famous conspiracy theories, everything from Area 51 to 9/11 to COVID-related conspiracy theories, and applying what he calls a project management framework to them in order to determine how likely they are to be real, to be true. He also gives a psychological profile of those who are more likely to believe in conspiracy theories, and he also goes and gives a history of famous conspiracy theories that turned out to be true, like Watergate as well as MK Ultra. Just to give a history of a lot of where these beliefs came from and where they kind of started and the kind of breakdown of the government in the 1970s to today. So overall, I thought it was a quick read. I enjoyed it. It's only about 200 pages. The framework that he does, the project management framework, I thought was really interesting because it forces you to ask the question, like, if you were in charge of whatever the conspiracy would be, how would you go about doing it? What resources would you need? What is the likelihood that you would get caught in the cover-up? What do you actually gain from it? And I think by forcing you to ask yourself that question, you soon realize that a lot of these conspiracy theories don't make a ton of sense or have like giant gaps in the logic and reasoning of them. And so I thought that was interesting and helpful. If there was anything that I thought could have been done better, I think there are parts that are repetitive, and everything is kind of done at a very high level. And he doesn't get into super deep onto any of these things. And there's probably a couple of conspiracy theories that could have been delved in a little bit deeper. But overall, I thought it was a quick, enjoyable read. If you're someone who likes to be skeptical about things, I think the book gives you a framework for how to do that, as well as breaking down really famous conspiracy theories and using this framework, really forcing you to ask yourself, is this likely, is this not likely? Most of them he kind of deems are unlikely to be true. There's a couple of twists. The Area 51 stuff I thought was pretty interesting. The way he kind of explains that I thought was interesting. But overall, it's a quick read, and I enjoyed it. If you're someone who's interested at all in kind of skepticism or wanting to train yourself to be more skeptical, I think the book does a good job of giving you some things to think about. One of the things that stood out to me is basically the likelihood of something being true if it involves crisis actors falls really, really low when you bring in crisis actors, and he kind of goes through why that is, and that also made a lot of sense to me. So that's Debunked by Casey Lytle. I would recommend it to those folks who are interested in conspiracy theories and want a framework to really, not just conspiracy theories, but a lot of things that you hear about. I think it does a good job of giving you a way to look at things with some skepticism that made a lot of sense. Casey Lytle, Debunked. And next time I'm going to be reading Gates of Fire, finishing up Gates of Fire by Stephen Pressfield. Until next time, if you have liked the video, please go ahead and hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'll leave my Twitter link below if you want to follow me there. Until next time, bye.